A major story is developing in the Brisbane Lions camp.
We can tell you tonight that speculation is mounting that Brisbane spearhead Joe Daniher is considering his AFL future after tomorrow's grand final. It's understood the 30-year-old has spoken to those close with him in recent weeks about whether he will play on in season 2025.
Certainly he's due $1 million. He is contracted next year, but he's never been defined by football. He's certainly never been defined by money. And does it distract him from this massive grand final?
Joe, kick the goal, Joe. Joe Daniher kicks the goal as only he can. He knows he's going to be a Premiership player, Joe.
Joe Daniher, look at them get around this man here. But that to me had a look about it of, I've done my job here.
Good evening. Just days after winning the Premiership, Joe Daniher is walking away from the game.
His last kick in AFL football, the last goal of the Lions' 2024 Premiership. Daniher walks away at the age of 30, at the peak of his powers, and as one of the best key forwards in the competition.
Can't replace Joe Daniher. I mean, it was impossible hole to fill.
But he is the big hole.
And I don't think they'll win it without him.
Okay.
In fact, I think they'll slip out of the 4.
What we saw with Oscar McInerney last night, he's going to go down in finals folklore as one of the most courageous things that I've ever seen.
In a funny sort of a way, Oscar played a massive role in us winning the Premiership because of his actions.
When you play footy, there's a chance that you're going to get injured, and when your shoulder, you look down and it's out, you know that's not where it's supposed to be.
McInerney's left shoulder is out here, so he looks in a lot of pain.
Oh, that could change everything.
It will change everything.
Yeah.
They'll try and put that in by the time they get to the bottom of the stairs. Oh, he is in so much pain. It's hard to think that he could come back on the ground. Just amazing, the roar for Oscar McInerney when he walked up the race. That left shoulder is clearly heavily strapped, and he's going to start this second term. Phillip, that could potentially be for the Lions if he can play out this game.
Went back out again, played for another 40 or 50 minutes, which enabled us to leave Joey Daniher up forward and stay with our structure.
Oscar McInerney, that shoulder has gone out again. It's gone out again, and it's down near his chest. Oh, that's terrible. So
That's the ultimate give yourself to the team act. He also knew that in doing that he wouldn't be playing in the grand final if we're good enough to get there the next week, but he still did it.
When it comes to the Brisbane Lions, it's Big O, that's the hard luck story. They're ruckman, they're much loved ruckman in Oscar McInerney with that shoulder dislocation, almost ruled out immediately after the preliminary final.
He didn't show one skerrick of disappointment, and he must have been really upset inside about the fact that he'd been in the team all year and we were getting to the biggest game of the season and he wasn't going to play. I talked about that before the game. Just want you to do one thing today for me. When you run out, have his pulse beating inside you. Let's go.
A salute to Oscar McInerney. So he evidently gave them the theme, give yourself to the team.
Yeah.
Which is one thing to say, and then this is what it looks like when your moment comes. And the bond between two ruckmen who spend their whole time together and then have to play in separate teams because there's only room for one. I mean, that's as good a scenes as you'd ever see between
You can't
players.
fake that. You cannot fake the way he acted after that game, man.
Oscar McInerney's
unbridled and sincere and authentic celebration of his teammates, of Darcy Fort, of everything that the club and the team were involved in was the best thing that I have seen in footy for pretty much my entire time. The bloke was that excited for his teammates, for his club. He did not think of himself in one iota. I just was that impressed.
And now the Lions start to focus on the fact that one of their most important players and beloved players as well in Oscar McInerney missed out.
And what do you reckon? How do you reckon Brisbane are going to approach the next 12 months when they've got a guy like that they want to get a premiership medallion around his neck?
You know, there was a lot of players on our team last year that missed out on the opportunity to play in that grand final.
Guys like Kitty and Dizzy and Link and Tommy Duday, we feel for him, and Owie obviously. They've missed out today, but their support's been unreal and just sensational human beings.
We think about the guys who missed out last year, the guys like Diz and Oscar, and then new guys who haven't won one before. That definitely drives this group.
The Ashcroft name is already synonymous with the Brisbane Lions, but now those famous bloodlines have strengthened even further after the club secured father-son pick Levi Ashcroft.
Yeah, the impressive midfielder will become the third family member to pull on the maroon, blue and gold, following in the footsteps of his father and club legend Marcus and his brother and 2024 Norm Smith medalist Will.
You're only allowed one family member per player to be on the ground after the game. The security guard was kind enough to let me on. Yeah, being able to be on the ground with him after such a special day and such a great performance by him and not only the team. So it was such a special moment for not only me and Will, but our family to all be there and witness what was such a great day. Part of it, I want to be able to create my own, be in my own premiership team one day, hopefully with some of those boys that played in this year as well.
Is that also why you didn't intentionally touch the Premiership Cup in the aftermath?
As I said, I wanted to be able to. I think I touched it or something, but I didn't want to grab it because I want to hopefully grab my own at some stage.
Then jumping to me and then me passing it down to Levi to play his first game. It's a huge honour for me and for our family. All the time in the backyard with our sister Lucy, mucking around, kicking the footy. And I was 7, you were 5, and Lucy was probably 3. So we've done all our lives and you love it. So good luck, mate. Well done.
So Sammy Marshall's going to get Ty, you're going to play your first game tomorrow.
Lions are paying premiership tax ahead of the toughest draw in the comp for next season's title defence.
It's been pretty tough to go back-to-back. Only 4 teams have done it in the last 30 years. The Lions are going to have to buck the trend of the last couple of premiers if they're going to do it.
Good evening. The AFL has made the extraordinary decision to postpone 2 opening round matches with a Cyclone headed directly for Brisbane.
The threat to player and fan safety too great to risk playing through.
I think at times like this, we're really thinking about the people of South East Queensland and Northern New South Wales who are facing into a really tough couple of days.
The agenda is dominated by one story above all else. It's the storm that is yet to hit, but the ripples that it's already causing and the steady realisation that in South East Queensland there was more to worry about than footy.
There are some things we can't control, so we just have to roll with the punches a bit.
It does provide all sorts of different and interesting scenarios. Being stuck at home and not being able to get out and do what they need to do at this time in their preparation, you're like the horses are trained to the minute.
Yep.
They were ready to bounce out in an hour and a half. So it's just got to hold themselves back. And the added difficulty, if not perhaps after tomorrow, being able to get out and have a bit of a run.
Also postponed, Brisbane's flag unveiling.
Look, I can't wait for the first game for the Lions when they do unfurl the flag, which I think now looks like it could be round 2 against the West Coast.
Charlie Cameron late withdrawal. He had a calf issue. The Lions tell us
Brandon Starcevic has suffered 3 concussions in 8 months.
The Lions have ruled him out for a month. They have basically said to him, just chill out, take a break.
There's been a lot of commentary around Brandon, and Brisbane are deeply worried about him.
There is concerns for Brisbane Lion Kai Loman. The big worry here is the dreaded syndesmosis ankle injury, and we saw him with the doctors. You see him grabbing the high part of his ankle there, and that is a huge worry.
Brisbane Lions had to play catch up. The Eagles were courageous. They made it a real grind for the reigning premiers.
Before everyone says, hindsight's a wonderful thing. They've won 3-0, but look at their start. So they've come from behind in every game. And I believe, and I've been in this situation before, way back after we won a premiership, you can get complacent and you can just think your talent can do it for you.
Pressure is overwhelming from Brisbane. Bailey is everywhere at the moment.
Gee, that's clever.
Ashcroft has a good look. Oh, no! That is incredible!
Gather round is said to be a happy homecoming for Lion Zach Bailey. He will return to Adelaide and play on Norwood Oval, his old home deck, a ground that has a few quirks but will suit the Premiers just fine.
Hipwood streams in. What about the celebration now? McInerney runs away. Remarkable from Hipwood. He's kicked 5.5.
Collingwood win by 52 points at the Gabba.
Did Brisbane have this loss coming to them, the way they'd got away with talent and slow starts in those first halves of the first 4 or 5?
Absolutely, you can't continue to play that way.
Starting to dominate the forward line now. Hipwood, he's going to have to kick this on the right. We don't see it too often, but it's no problem.
He might have popped his shoulder here or collarbone.
We will keep an eye on Kai Loman because he's yet to complete a game.
A record Q-class crowd. A mighty roar for the Lions. They've had their way with the Suns once again. They win by 17 points.
It's a real family affair. Will Ashcroft.
What a spoil.
Another opportunity. Big spoil here by Payne.
Jack Payne, a pain in the butt on that occasion for North. It's going to be a draw. 71 apiece.
Well, that's 2 weeks in a row now where we've had a lead and then we've coughed it up, and the last quarter they annihilated us really. But the last couple of weeks, some things have popped up that we need to work on. So
Lee Matthews used to say that premiership hangovers don't come at the start of the year. It's in the grind.
That will to win and the desperation that comes, that can ebb and flow. It's really hard to go back to the well week after week after week. And when you've had success, it sort of gets to the point where, we'll just keep doing this. It is a heads up. And you don't need long in this game to work out that if you get ahead of yourself, you'll get your ass kicked.
They've been off for a little while, the Lions. I don't think they've set the world on fire this season. You spoke about the low pressure and the low tackle numbers.
But when we sort of say, they should have won a bit, they weren't composed. That's why they lost the game, let's be honest. In the second half, Adelaide, they both played with slippery, wet conditions. We knew it was going to be a hard-fought, tough game. Adelaide kicked 7 goals, 1 in the second half. They took use of their opportunities. And we can sit here and say, but the Lions had all the play. The reason why they had all the play is because the ball was stuck in their forward half, because they kicked 3 goals, 12.
After 21 goals and 38 behinds across the last 2 games.
And the loss of Jack Payne, you can't undersell that.
Yeah. And he's been a real rock of Gibraltar back there in the key defensive.
I don't think they just cover him.
A great player in last year's final series and crucial to their operations, but it's a ruptured patella tendon on the left leg. And
off on the stretcher, that rocks you as a teammate. Their pressure was their second lowest for 10 years.
in terms of premiership credentials?
Oh, I ruled him out last year, but now they've lost the bookends. Daniher, I know, hasn't been, he's retired, but losing Payne and Daniher makes it pretty hard.
The reality is that this is what they are in 2025. And what they are in 2025 is going to be hard to replicate what they did in September last year.
So when Chris Fagan first got to the Lions, he put up a list of streaks and hoodoos, and progressively they have ticked them off. There were 3 left coming into this year as the defending champions: Richmond at the G, Hawthorn at the G, and Geelong at GMHBA, and they've ticked the 3 of them off. But it's sort of, 9 years in the making.
Oscar McInerney's a chance to return, having not played since May 11.
Noah Answorth, it's a left Achilles. The Lions are confirmed. I spoke to him at halftime. It's simply, I'll see you next year. So it's tough going for Noah Answorth.
Oh, that is really hard to hear. Obviously travelling so well going into September.
We'll rally around him, but at this footy club we've got a lot of players who will step up and hopefully we can fill that void.
So there's been a lot of questions about Brisbane's premiership defence over the course of this season. Their form hasn't always been in tip-top shape, but they've kicked 90-plus points in 6 of their last 7 games. They've won 5 of them.
What is happening? Unbelievable! 3 goals for Will Ashcroft. Storybook finish to a magnificent Friday night game.
And he's gone with Charlie Cameron again when I think everything suggests that Charlie needs a spell in the VFL. He had a negative rating by your boys at Champion Data on the weekend. He's outside the top 300 players in the game.
Leicester sidelined under concussion protocols.
Wilmot from 49, on the run, got it! Rayner, kicked a miracle goal!
Lachie Neale has been ruled out for the remainder of the regular season with a torn quad.
No. Life after Joe's fine. Life after Joe's this. Life after Joe's that. They have 65 inside 50s and couldn't win a contest in their forward line. But if you can't win it inside the forward 50, it changes everything with the
How many
Lions.
for Cameron? Does he look like he did not want to be there?
How many do you reckon?
Well, 0. And a few free kicks against and a 50-metre penalty and the worst body language I've seen for a long time with Charlie.
The Lions' injury list is growing by the day. Eric Hipwood's calf, after playing the second half, has him out until preliminary finals weekend. Jared Berry also possibly out until September.
Lions forward line without the injured Eric Hipwood for the first time all year and needing to find goals elsewhere.
Yet another big-name Lions midfielder fighting for fitness. Hugh McCluggage's heavy strapping, not the best final round sight.
Brisbane securing a double chance, a luxury they didn't have in last year's run to the flag.
Faye said last week that's our best home and away season that he's been in the chair. 2 wins better and a much tougher draw, and they go in with a double chance this time around. They don't have McInerney, they don't have Daniher, they won't have Payne, as far as I know. They definitely won't have Answorth. Hipwood will miss another one. Berry and Neale probably come back in. So there's a bit more unrest there than they probably had last year.
Just before the first bounce last night across the road at the MCG, the hotel room of Brisbane Lions star Ty Gallop was raided and robbed.
It was a smashing.
It was.
It really was. Non-competitive for Charlie Cameron. Poor body language. He's a huge issue for them.
Yeah.
But he won't drop in.
McCluggage was well clamped.
Mullen was huge. Like that decision to go onto McCluggage and O'Connor onto Rayner.
Unbelievable role on McCluggage, who kept to 1 touch, I think, in the first quarter and maybe 1 kick to half-time.
Too good for them. They got a bit to think about, the Lions.
Eric Hipwood, who was missing football with a calf injury. They had re-diagnosed him with now a partial tear of his ACL.
Done for the year. Eric Hipwood won't return.
Lachie Neale won't play again this season.
Existing problem being the groin, which they were really worried about, is on the back of having that problem which was pre-existing, he then did this one, that being a right calf injury.
Can the Lions win the flag without him? In fact, can they win this weekend without him?
I don't think so. Honestly, not just Lachie Neale. We think about some of the other players that they're missing as well. Josh, obviously Daniher from their grand final team. Like it's unbelievable who they don't have Answorth, Jack Payne, Hipwood.
You can have one or two really young guys, but if you have 4 or 5, doesn't matter how good the other 18 or 20 are, it's really hard to cope.
The biggest game in Queensland footy that has ever existed. And
last time these two teams met, Gold Coast, of course, winning that one convincingly.
Midfield of Brisbane did get smoked last week by the Cats in all areas, really.
All the Gold Coast Suns prime movers getting their hands on the footy. They're 2 straight 12. Brisbane 1 behind. He slung, he snaps, he scores.
But then Lachie, as he's done so many times over the last 3 or 4 years for Lions.
Rayner just powers through. He's so hard to tackle. Good luck stopping him. Sends it deep forward. It bounces all the way.
And he's been cut off here by Ashcroft.
Kai Loman kicks his first, and the margin extends to a game-high 20 points.
And then Kai Loman is having a big night. The new hairstyle, which he loves, the celebration. And Cam Rayner gives him the kiss on the head.
Right across the face and marks! Zach Bailey. Second final. First AFL goal. What a moment to celebrate.
The champs are not done yet. The Lions steel themselves, knock out the Suns and mark their territory in Queensland.
Dunkley's performance was huge.
18 tackles.
So they're not at their peak, but they were enough to date.
Lachie Neale is doing everything he can to be available for next week's AFL Grand Final. But first, Brisbane has to get through Collingwood at the MCG in a replay of 2023's big day.
They are nowhere near a minnow club, but they are so overwhelmed. The visual is spectacular.
This is not the ideal team that the Brisbane Lions want, so this is backs to the wall stuff for the brilliant Lions.
Tackling last week, kicking goals this.
Put the Lions 7 points up early in this prelim final. To side bottom to DeGoey inside 50, no! Beautiful tackle,
4 in a row to the Lions. Dunkley, Bailey, Morris, Gallup.
As he lunged for the tackle, there it is. It's out.
The Collingwood players and crowd made sure it was 50.
I reckon the umpire was sucked in by Nick Dacos.
It's a double 50.
They've kicked 6 goals straight.
Offhand, Bailey walks into a goal. Now Ashcroft, can they go back to back from 45? It's coming back. It is a goal. We've got a 1-point game at the G.
Ty Gallup making a name for himself.
He slams it home. The Lions built their lead to 11.
That's the best thing you've ever seen. Will Ashcroft produces a miracle.
What a kick this is. Cam Rayner from 47 out. It gets there. Charlie Cameron. It's so good.
I don't think too many of us saw this coming at half-time.
When we thought they were dead and buried, when they've got wounded players everywhere, when they've got blokes out of the game injured,
Zorko just went whack, whack, whack.
What a team. What a courageous performance this is.
Gargantuan, this is heroic. They are going to the grand final again.
It's hard to put into words. We've worked so hard. We've learned a lot of lessons on our path with fakes.
You've got to be tough to beat Collingwood here in front of that crowd, and not just physically tough, but mentally tough. And I'm just so proud of what they were able to achieve tonight.
There's going to be storylines all week. The biggest storyline is going to be probably Lachie Neale.
Our fitness blokes are telling me that he's probably in really good shape to play. He could tick every box. Yep, I'm right. Get through training, pull up well,
they go with him, and it wouldn't surprise too many people if it went early. I hope like hell it doesn't. But if it did, you'd say, OK, that's the risk that we took.
Well, this has been the selection story that has captivated us right through the week.
To think that Chris Fagan and the Light would risk putting him out there, I think it would be the most reckless grand final selection call perhaps we've ever seen. I just think they're setting Lachie Neale up to fail if they select him.
He hasn't had much continuity, and they are coming up against Dangerfield, Bailey Smith, Max Holmes, Tom Atkins, so there's nowhere to hide here.
Jared Berry won't play due to a dislocated shoulder.
Bez had the conversation with Fags this morning, put his hand up selflessly and said, I'm a little bit worried about the shoulder going in, and as he's done all year, he's put the team before himself. We'll certainly be going out there and playing for him.
I think the winner will be Geelong.
Geelong.
I think Cats are bulletproof. They've been the best team in my eyes for a little while now, and gee whiz, they could win by a big margin.
I think the favourites are going to get up.
I think the Cats are going to win. They've been too strong.
I'm tipping the Cats to win the Premiership.
I think the Cats will be just a little bit too strong, too fresh, too healthy and too good.
Just 3 weeks ago, he gave himself a 1% chance of getting here, but the Lions' question marks have been over his durability for the whole game. He's only played 3 quarters in the last 56 days, and ultimately, that's the decision they've gone with. Neale will be the starting sub.
There's guys that missed out last year, Darcy Gardner wasn't there last year, Oscar McInerney, another story. So many stories, as you mentioned, but full faith in the group. I get goosebumps thinking about it, running out there with those boys, because, it's not only that team, but it's also the team behind the team as well, like our squad and our footy club. So really excited to get out there and hopefully put on a show for our fans in our club.
The opening siren to what has been billed as the clash of the century.
Handball over the top in the square, Dempsey. He just does this all the time. First goal of the grand final. The overlap beautiful from McCluggage. McCluggage with a straightening ball to Lohman, and he marks it down low. Follow this ball all the way through. Kick is beautiful, magnificent. Morris and a big goal for Brisbane.
Cameron, his opportunity comes, and Charlie nails it from the pocket.
That is just an exquisite finish.
And if you listen carefully, you can hear a little bit of John Denver through the air.
Look at the celebration.
Hugh McCluggage. That's one way to get back at your target. Hughie kicks the goal. The news is that Brisbane lead by 7.
Taken by Levi Ashcroft, about 70 metres from home. Gets past the man on the mark. Now goes for home. He's kicked a goal! Incredible kick from the young man. Made something out of nothing. Did Levi Ashcroft.
The big number out of the first half is the free kick count. 17-4 in favour of Geelong.
It's all square as we kick off the second half of the grand final. And Lachie Neale starts in the centre. Bailey, soccer ticket!
If you're a Cats supporter, the unfortunate thing at the moment is some of their team football, when they bring the ball forward, is the worst they've played for 8 weeks. They just haven't been in sync.
Starcevic just gets to his feet now.
Yeah, Brandon Starcevic is coming off with the medicos now. He's going to be assessed further. He missed 3 months at the start of the year with that concussion. This is a big worry.
To the tip of the goal square. Cameron! Cameron's taken the mark! Charlie Cameron should not miss from here. He's kicked his second. The margin 7 points in favour of the reigning premiers.
It's Lohman to Charlie Cameron.
He'll kick his third.
Gives it back to Smith. Couldn't take it though. Sorko did it better.
Long, Lachie! Lachie Neale!
Lachie Neale! Lachie Neale! What about that? 3 to over the lines. And a 19-point lead, game high margin.
Have they made the right call by picking him? I didn't think so. but perhaps Chris Fagan knows more about his player than all the rest of us.
Brandon Starcevic is sitting down there, his tracksuit on, and will not return. Down to 3 men on the bench.
We've only gone 35 seconds in the final term, and Charlie Cameron kicks his fourth.
And Rayner bangs it home. He roars to the heavens. And the Lions faithful roar right back.
Fed it off to Will Ashcroft. A high ball towards goal. It's a good-looking snap. It's a goal! Will Ashcroft has kicked the goal!
They reach Charlie. Great release. McCluggage's turn. His turn. He's had a career season, Hugh.
You're writing the script for this grand final and you're a Brisbane Lions script writer. Everything you put on paper's come together, and it's McCluggage's overcome Mullen. Neale's come on and played a devastating half of footy. Andrews in the back half has been impartial. And Lister and Gardner against Dangerfield and Cameron's come off. Charlie Cameron's come to... It is all fallen into place. What a game of footy. What a dynasty we're about to witness.
Bailey might get another, and he does.
And that man, Chris Fagan, has stuck with Charlie Cameron. He's backed his boys in, and they're delivered. There is no...
Rayner cuts Smith in a half.
Rayner, brilliant. The rundown tackle times 3.
Back to McCluggage. He rumbles through centre-half forward. He's enjoying kicking a goal, and he's kicked his fourth, if you don't mind. Have a look at the pack descend upon him at centre-half forward. He's just out and out party time now for Brisbane. What a feeling this must be.
They are the first club to 5 flags this century. Brisbane go back to back.
And it stands to be admired as one of the greatest premierships ever won. Brisbane win the 2025 grand final by 47 points.
It's been a story of resilience, courage against the odds.
Write them off at your peril. There's so many people coming into this match thought that it would be an absolute whitewash to Geelong.
But for the fight that was just fought across the season, with all manner of adversity, with the hardest draw we've ever seen, to play 27 games 2 years running, this will be admired for generations to come.
This is even sweeter.
Yeah, this is better. This is it's unbelievable. Like, I don't think many people gave us a chance, obviously losing that first final. But we've got so much belief in this group, and I love playing with this group, and I love the fans, and it's just, this club's unbelievable. From where we've come from to where we are now, like back-to-back premierships, it's unbelievable.
It's our group, like the way that Fags leads us, and Danny Daly's another big one, and we've just got good people a part of our football club, and yeah, it's no surprise as to why we're consistently up there and giving ourselves a shot.
There was a bit of doing it for Bez in it as well. I'm so glad he got a flag last year, but no, for Oscar and Darcy Gardner, brilliant.
Coach, he was brave, the coach, because he was under enormous scrutiny.
He knows his players so well. He backed in Charlie Cameron. Last year he backed in Rayner and Hipwood when they were out of form. He's got so much belief.
Lachie was fit to play, but he played 1 game in 8 weeks. And he and I both agreed that the best way to do it was for him to start on as a sub. I was lying in bed last night thinking I'm going to either look like a total idiot or a total genius after today's game.
From Will Ashcroft, who's remarkable to think that this 21-year-old has back-to-back Norm Smith medals. He's now just one of 5 players to have 2 of those in his back pocket.
They've played 27 games 2 years running. No team has ever been asked to do that before.
It's just a reward for a lot of hard work that we've done up here over a 9-year period. Performances in the last 2 years, haven't just suddenly happened. It's been on the back of a lot of hard work and a lot of disappointment sometimes.
Mate, last year you were pulled over the fence by your brother. Yeah. Wouldn't touch the cup, and here you are.
Yeah, mate, just wanted to get my own, and that's what we've done. Can't believe it. Can't believe it.
A lot of people can win 1, but not many can win 2. That's where odds-on favourite to win on Saturday afternoon. Yet the margin's 47 points.
Oscar McInerney gets his premiership. So last year he was the heartbreak. He's had a debilitating back injury right throughout the season, but able to get himself right. He comes in after the qualifying final.
It's been an unbelievable year
You couldn't get a better finish, could you? The atmosphere in these rooms. Well done, Brisbane Lions. They'll be back next year. Look out. They're on the hunt for a three-peat.
Love you, but long as there are stars above you, you never need to doubt it. I'll make you so sure about it. God only knows what I'd be without you. If you should ever leave me, well, life would still go on, believe me. The world could show nothing to me. So what good would living do me? God only knows what I'd be without you. Leave me, the life would still go on, believe me. The world could show nothing to me. So what good